I'm the home slice. Ascend. Period. And I want to welcome you back to another episode of Sandbox Evolved, where we explore and enjoy the last 20 years of Halo's weapon sandbox. Today's video is a love letter to the Sticky Detonator, one of 343's best sandbox additions and a tragically neglected power weapon that represents a successful attempt at fusing interactability with arcade fun. Make sure you leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you have not. Let's get this started. While I am someone who likes discussing stats, sharing strategies, explaining synergies, all that quantitative stuff, the Sticky Det is a fun discussion topic for me because all its best qualities, to me at least, are purely qualitative. I can't tell you what % happier I become when I plop a sticky on a ghost, jump over it, and watch it explode into a glorious blaze of plasma fire. I don't know the exact time to kill of slapping your teammate in the back of the head with this thing back at the spawn and then getting a panic kill when an enemy rounds the corner. And I could never assign a value to that feeling you get after trying like 6 times and finally getting a guy to walk through a door you've planted a detonator on like a booby trap. But what I can do is describe all those things. Fun. I think if the Sticky Detonator has done one thing right since 2012, it's that it's gained the advantage of hindsight. Imagine a weapon designed first and foremost as a gotcha, a giggle inducer, a prank machine. It's so casual, it's so inconsistent, it's basically what modern shooters have tried to erase from their comp play. And as we now live in an era where competitive play bleeds its infectious pathogens deeper and deeper into casual play, a weapon like a Sticky Detonator is now a simple yet powerful callback to a much different time. But look, none of that is to say a weapon sandbox can simply be a collection of wacky doodads and pointless party tricks. There still needs to be order and refinement, and where the Sticky Det gets further praise from me is in how it does in fact do both. I spoke a little earlier about interactivity, and for me, that's when a weapon's function prolongs well beyond a simple point and shoot function. Few weapons in Halo incorporate this concept, but one key success story of interactivity is the grenade launcher. But as where the interaction of the grenade launcher was defined more with how the user interacts with the gun, the Sticky Det interactivity is best described as the gun versus the play space. Sure, you could stick the ground at your enemy's feet, or you could stick the warthog near your enemy, blow up every vehicle at your spawn just to kill one guy. Or you could plop it dead on a guy's face and watch him now blindly try to still win the fight. Or, you know what, you could just admit you suck and miss your shot entirely, but that's okay, because at least you hit the wall behind the guy and killed his butt buddy walking in instead. How the Sticky Det can subtly amend multiple items in the sandbox and play space to now also be the weapon is something almost unique to the Sticky Det, and it's a wacky little side effect of this weapon getting to exist in Halo, a sandbox that naturally allows that sort of variability. For however wacky it can be, it's in essence just a reapplication of two functions already native to Halo, sticky grenades and pistols. It's a simple fusion of two concepts previously unmarried that conceived a weapon that is instantly understandable yet greatly varied in application. And it's because the Sticky Det is a successful product of two pre-existing designs is why I argue it should be one of the first legacy weapons to get a golden ticket into Halo Infinite, because it wouldn't be an addition based solely on fulfilling the wishes of nostalgia hunting fans. The Sticky Det is in many ways the blueprint weapon for many of the weapons in Halo Infinite, being a weapon defined entirely by its function, and its function being the morphing of past Halo designs. You notice that pro players use casual like a slur? Like, oh, f me, man. God forbid I have a job. Let's Argue is where I take your Halo takes, put them up on the chopping block, let you know if I agree or disagree, and explain why. Basically, no Halo character is the most well-written anything ever. They're repeating. It's the same rooms, it's the same hallways. There are right ways to do it and wrong ways to do it, but playable elites is not a make or break. But I think the Sticky Det could be a breath of fresh air in Halo Infinite, not simply because it be new, but because it breaks this trend Infinite has of neutering its own weapons intentionally. I hinted at this a little bit in my video about the tap and slap trick, but Infinite kinda has this lame habit of putting a leash on its weapons by limiting their damage or implementing a quirk that caps out their performance. The cap and leash on the Sticky Detonator is the subtle reality that it does its thing and no one's asking it to do more or less. It's self-contained, even despite having heritage with the grenade launcher. You know, in many ways, the Sticky Det and grenade launcher relationship is what the bulldog and the shotgun relationship probably wants to be. Two distinct weapons with similar roots and both independently formidable enough and varied enough to stand alone, rather than be constantly compared. Anyway, I think you get it by now. I have a lot of love for the Sticky Det, and a lot of what stems from it is a simple approach to create fun amidst hardcore play. It rewards the user for being savvy, and it'll also reward the user for just being lucky enough to make something cool happen. It reaches out and morphs the sandbox and play space, and its base design could, without any edits whatsoever, just as easily exist in Infinite. And honestly, it might be what this game needs. Sure, function might mean more than damage, I'll concede that, but when did we decide function had to be some complicated web of hardcore rules and limits? What if the function was just making some cool shit happen? Is that good enough? And that's the question for you, viewer. Today, let's talk about that. What is more valuable when defining our functions, the rigid rules or the end goal of creating fun? And can rules define fun? We're a little more open-ended today because we're having a lot of fun talk about qualitative things and feelings and emotions and okay, whatever, you get it. Just answer the question in the comments below. That's going to do it for this video. Be sure you like it if you liked it, follow me on Twitter and on Instagram linked below, and if you want to keep talking about this topic and more, join my Discord as well. Subscribe to the channel if you have not, and until next time, I'll catch y'all later.